Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream today. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. And of course, we're going to get straight into all the action. Jackson news really is cool. So let's get into it. Of course, welcome. And woohoo, we got more news today. So isn't that cool? We had two great pieces of news for Pulsechain today. And earlier in the first live stream, if you haven't caught that, definitely check it out. And of course, we had a really cool update today. So for Hex and latest news. So it's pretty nice. We're doing pretty well here on the channel with a nice news flow, as we say. So a big welcome from me, of course. Woohoo! And I've lost my cat. Where's my cat gone? I don't know. My cat's disappeared, but hey, that's the way it goes. I like my Top Gun hats, kind of my favorite apparel. That's the way I go. AK and house there up and to the right. That's right. AK says, you think Hedron and ICOSA will see significant gains in the next bull run? Or is this more of a multi-cycle play for maturity to kick in for the tokens? I think that they might do okay. I think kind of okay is kind of where I'm at. I think ICOSA will do pretty well. It's really a tough one to ask the AK. Really will depend on how much Hedron gets staked up. Yeah, too difficult, too many variables to tell really. You got Hedron staking, ICOSA staking, HSI sellbacks, buybacks, and of course we are all SA. I think we are all SA is going to do some pretty cool things. I think that's going to be particularly exciting. And of course the HSI stakes I think is going to be pretty neat too. People only get ICOSA in the first 30 days by selling HSI stakes. So yeah, I think that's going to be pretty good. It will definitely have a lot more gains in the next bull market, but I actually think it will do okay in between that time. It's going to have price cycles like anything else. Really is a difficult ask, the AK. Some other projects are a lot more obvious in terms of maybe their outcome, but I just suspect that it's going to do pretty well with Hex as well, right up on Hex. So I think that's going to be good. Anyway, we got BTC at the moment at 23,000, ETH at 1650, and BNB continuing to rise at 312 as well. So BNB doing its own thing. Let me know in the chat if you've heard anything about BNB other than a BlackRock there with Coinbase. That's kind of a what a sort of side benefit, as it were. Unimax says nice. Can always expect to stream. Says Unimax, you can expect to stream it twice a day here on Hex Token channel. Javi and house, Hedron to moon next. Yes, it really is mooning. We're going to get into that as well. Hey all, Hex Hodl in the house. KD, hey all, hope everyone is doing well. What's up, says Brennan. Hey, good to see you, Brennan. Hope your yield farming is going super well. Cat got your hat set, man, Brennan. I think the cat has got my hat. The hat does come in here sometimes, but this is the way it goes. Superman always bring the quality content. Smash those likes. Yeah, quality content. I like it. Now, I've got my latte, my second latte of the day. I don't know, it's nice to have a latte during the live stream. Hedron looks good, says Alberta. Yeah. So let's jump into, let's quickly have a look at Hex. Hex at 4.7 cents at the moment. And of course, just chilling here at this stage, really almost at crossroads, but I'm still on the more probably up than down. I think more indicators up than down, even with the closing of the EMA 13, although I must have to accept that is getting a bit closer at the moment. We did have more of a green chart this morning. So it was even slightly more high. I think it was at 70. Now I'm probably at about 60% now on up and 40% down here. But we do have an uptrend in the Bollinger Band too. We've got higher lows and stuff like that. So pretty much at a crossroad here. Let's have a look at Alex. Of course, is the big news coming out for Hex. Latest news, of course. Where are things with ICOSA, says Alex 2 hours ago. As far as I'm concerned, the contract is complete and ready to go. Hence the title. ICOSA contract ready to go. What's next? Just cleaning up some UI elements, adding at least preliminary Hedron support to the app. So that's pretty interesting. Adding some at least preliminary Hedron support to the app. Remember, we looked at the app, and of course, I think I've got that here. So let me just ICOSA Pro. ICOSA.pro is the app. So let's pull this in. And of course, this is the website here. Actually, I don't have the actual app, but this is the actual ICOSA website. I don't know if it has the actual link on there, so let me just bring up the ICOSA DApp, ICOSA Pro app. I think this is this one here. I have to log on, of course. Test. I have to log on to test it. So let's go. All right. So bam, and of course he's done the Hex is all locked in. If you've got Hex stakes, it will see them. Let me make sure I'm on the right chain. I think I'm on the Optimism chain. No, I'm on the ETH chain there. Let me jump over to Pulsechain testnet, and let's see how we get on there. Hopefully that's going to update. Bam. And of course, it's just the Play wallet. Just going to make sure it's the Play wallet there. It is the Play wallet. So cool. Got Hex, everything in Hex there, looking good. Remember, we got ICOSA, everything in ICOSA is looking good for the test. Everything is good now. As Alex said, the contract is good. Where things are at ICOSA, as far as I'm concerned, the contract is complete and ready to go. Just cleaning up some UI elements and adding some, at least a preliminary Hedron support. That probably won't take them too long to do that. And of course, the Hedron support is in here. So I guess that's what he's doing there in terms of Hedron support. But the ICOSA is the main interface that we're, at, that's with the launch. So we've got Hedron staking, ICOSA staking. We got HSI buybacks that requires Hex. That's bullish for Hex. And then we've got We Are All SA. This is only a 14-day mint phase. Bullish about that. See how that goes. Get a copy of all the bonuses too. All the bonuses that people get for ICOSA here, for Hedron and ICOSA, they gets copied in the We Are All SA. Last man standing in that We Are All SA. If you want to check out more details, check out my video, ICOSA in a nutshell. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, ICOSA in a nutshell. And of course, I also did one on Maximus in a nutshell as well. Two summaries there. The only thing with Maximus I had to add in after the video, the fact that it had that the team token gets a copy. Gets copy of the team. So they may or may not stake there. The mystery box gets a copy of the team token, depending on how many team there are. That makes it a really wild card. And of course, it also has 50% of the maxi that goes in there too. So that I've added that to the comments afterwards. All right, cool. So yeah, pretty exciting. Woohoo! And of course, Hedron, man, someone gets some edit button. Of course, Elon's in court at the moment, so I don't know if it's going to be Elon getting an edit button. But this is the way it goes. So looking exciting. Those are the 4 different features. Woohoo! And of course, you can see the DApp working. So those 4 features there are translated into the DApp here, which you can see all 4 features there in different tablets. Looking good. Well done, Alex. And of course, here's the head of Maximus at the moment. The horse race is on. I like a bit of competition. What about you guys? I like a bit of competition. Let's check out the chart. Boom. Albert says Hedron's looking good. It is. It's finally broken the 1,000. Yay! I wish I had one of those Trayvon things. Trayvon always plays these sound effects like yay. Quite a few people say like yay. It's like I don't know. It's very what's it? I don't know. Is it very 90s? 990s? I don't know what decade. But finally we've got a bust out here. And of course, obviously it needs to close up here, but it's looking pretty good at the moment. Looking very, very good on the daily here at the moment. And yeah, nice news. And of course, we had this news out 2 hours ago. So no surprise there. Let's have a look on the hourly on the Hedron chart. And you can sort of see it busted out over the last 2 hours, probably in fitting with the news. So it seems to have related to each other very, very well. I've got a market cap of $88 million at the moment. Woohoo! Hot doggity dog. Very cool. Now, don't forget, there's the Hedron supply, which is the ICOSA is really going to solve an issue. We got almost 84.8 trillion Hedron. Of course, staking with ICOSA is super bullish to get that off the market, and of course reduce the velocity of crypto moving around. So that's a bonus there. 22,372 holders. So obviously there's going to be some pretty interesting participation in this project straight out of the gate. And I imagine a lot of people will come in to participate in any or all of these 4 different features that they've got here. And don't forget that we've got also the benefits here as well. So let's quickly go through those. Let's jump through some of them. Bam, 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 bam. Just as a refresher, the benefits are that for the Hedron staking and ICOSA staking, so this one here and this one here, is that if you're a whale, you've got greater than or equal to 1% of the Hedron supply. Of course, we can see the Hedron supply is massive, 84.8 trillion. Then you will be able to get a 20% bonus on your ICOSA yield only. So obviously, if you stake ICOSA, you get ICOSA and Hedron, but you have to do a minimum of 360 days stake to get that. So that's pretty important. If you're a shark with greater than or equal to 0.1% of the Hedron supply, minimum stake length is 240 days, 15% bonus of ICOSA yield only. Dolphin, greater than or equal to 0.01% of Hedron supply, minimum stake is 180 days, 6 months. 10% bonus, though, on your yield for it. A squid there, greater than or equal to 0.001% of Hedron supply, minimum stake length 90 days, 5% bonus on ICOSA yield only. And finally, if you're in any other category underneath that, minimum staking length is 30 days. restake to compound your yield. So that's your upside there in terms of a yield payment. Now, the thing is with the 30 days is that the only way to get ICOSA in the first 30 days, therefore, is to sell HSIs. That's it. You have to sell HSIs for that. And the other thing, of course, if you are going to sell HSIs, you're going to get a 10% for selling a 5555-day stake or Quattro Cinco to the ICOSA contract, and that requires Hedron, right? So HSI require Hedron, bullish for Hedron, bullish for Hex, of course. Hedron launch, of course, 1 to 10% for HSIs that have a Hedron launch bonus. So they're the ones already done. So they're not going to help much with the reducing the circulating supply or buying on Hex. Those are really for the launch bonuses. But this one here, the 10% for 555s, that's super bullish for Hex. People staking 555 with new Hex, either liquid Hex out of their wallet or buying pressure on the market of Hex, bullish for Hex. So very, very cool. Now, these bonuses, of course, WhatsApp, that is We Are All SA, 14-day mint phase limited. This is where I think we're going to see a lot of fireworks in here. We'll see a lot of fireworks in here, and that will roll out into this other stuff as well. Obviously, with all our trillions of here, we're going to see how many of the big wallets here go as well, including the Origin accounts and things like that. Hex Godwell, I guess, and I guess other people that probably claimed all the Hedron as well. So cool. Where am I jumping here to? Yeah, so that's pretty neat. And of course, the WhatsApp gets a copy of all bonuses. So you can see all the bonuses in yellow here as well. So basically awesome. Go into this here. So I actually think this is going to be very popular. Let me know what you think in the chat about the We Are All SA and of course HSI buybacks as well. Let me just put a poll here. I'm going to do 2 polls. Let me do will you sell new? I just want to know new HSI stakes to the ICOSA contract. ICOSA contract. Now I've capitalized all that. That's not cool. Yes, I guess yes. Maybe. And nope. I guess nope. I guess there's just 3 options. Nope. Okay. All right. That's the first question. Okay. Will you sell new HSI stakes to the ICOSA to get ICOSA in the first 30 days? That's what you need to do. I'm not sure about the with the We Are All SA. You can claim ICOSA early, but you would end up being pushed out of the pool, and you're out for good. Last man standing. You can earn ICOSA forever in here, and people bid in Hedron for that. So it's going to be fascinating to see that play out. How do you value it? I'm not sure. I'm not completely entirely sure. I guess you could set up a spreadsheet and play around with that. But yeah, interesting. DB says Hex is fun. Hey DB, yield farming is doing well. Not much volume on testnet at the moment for Pulsechain. Jump a 1 every 1 pump my and Superman bags. Yeah, we are farming. We actually get onto that later on. We're farming Pulsechain PLS pools. I don't know what other pools you're doing, Brennan, but that's the only. I'm doing a little bit of Texan and PLS. I think something like that. A little bit. I got a little. This is tiny, a little bit. That guy when Pulsechain says that guy when Pulsechain. Good point. We're going to bring that up later, so stay tuned for that guy. We're going to look at Richard Hart's last 2 update videos. It's a good topic. A lot of people still miss those videos, so we'll get up to that with Richard's latest updates. I have been meaning to ask what the final and brackets mean. What the final and brackets mean. Final and brackets. Is there brackets? Brackets. I'm not sure. Is there brackets I'm missing? Sorry, there's a lot. It's a busy page. I'm trying to look for brackets. Yeah. So cool. Now the question is for this update. So for this update is I've asked the question. So I've gone in here and I've asked the question as audits next and a launch mid-May. So I presumably still got to go to audit and then a launch announcement. So I think we've still got these 2 in front of us. So we'll wait patiently for that. But super bullish that the far as that the contract's good. So I think ICOSA is on track to launch, and I guess guesstimate would be maybe mid-May, mid-August, mid-May. I said mid-May. That's hilarious. Mid-August. I meant mid-August. That's so funny. I should play all those playback videos, but hey, we're moving forward in time. So yeah, probably mid-August, and so I suspect that Maximus is probably after that, maybe a week later. So the 4th plus 14 is 18. I suspect Maximus will be somewhere probably a week after the 18th. 18th is the earliest, but Maximus, I imagine, we're talking late August now, in my view. based on some of the sentiment that Tip Catcher was talking about yesterday. Brendan says you need a soundboard, Superman. A soundboard, says Brendan. Yeah, true that. Yeah, with the sound effects, I like that. Quadrillion, says Hex Huddle. Okay, yeah, trillion, says Hex Huddle. Okay, cool. Hey, man, you're going to confuse me, Hex Huddle. It's bad enough trying to navigate this stuff online, doing live streams. Don't look like a comma. Yeah. Tail7 says, can anyone point me to a good video summarizing Power City? We're going to be doing one. I've done heaps of them on this channel, but we're going to be doing, I'm hoping to get the Power City team on this channel. They have talked to me about getting on the channel, so when they're ready. So I will follow up with them, actually, Tail7, with that one. Who has claimed their nosy free NFT for Pulsechain sacrifices? What do you think? Hey, what I would say, Tail7 watched the video with Just Ask Jesse the other day. That was kind of an introduction version. It's not obviously the devs sitting in behind it, which I'm hoping to get on the channel, but definitely just watch the Just Ask Jesse video. I think I've got timestamps on there. That was really good. A lot of people had good feedback about that. Who's claimed their nosy free NFT for Pulsechain sacrifices? What do you think? I haven't even heard about it, Pulsar. I'm going to have to copy that because I haven't heard about it. I've mostly been focusing on the main projects because I think they're, I'm playing the highest probability pumpamentals, so that's the way I like to look at. But I'll have a look at that. Superman should have one in his archive. Yeah, I've got a couple on Power City, but definitely check out the Just Ask Jesse. But there are other ones on there. That's a link for Nosy, says Pulsar. I have most yield in Inc. PLSX. Incentive token PLSX is the highest APY. Nice one, Brennan. You're probably outperforming me. I see it. Hex toys are better and Hex HSI stakes. Yeah, get into the poll. The final in brackets is net to the staking pools on ICOSA. Really? What happened there? I've lost my front there. Net. Final in brackets is net to the staking pools. Okay, cool. What's up, Hexkins? Hey, Tin Top, good to see you in the house. Woo! Nice. I'll watch the Jesse video. Thanks, man. You're welcome. We'll check out that as well. What else is we got in? Tin Top's got the emojis. Loving it. All right, so cool. If you're, I guess we've got people from the UK going to start waking up. Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and England. So welcome to all of you. Very, very cool. This is the latest news in the Hex ecosystem, which I think is pretty good news. This is super bullish. ICOSA and Maximus are going to big pumpamentals for Hex in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And of course, that is before the Fed's going to do the interest rate rises. So that stuff's not going away. And so we're going to keep tabs on it. All right. So how are we doing? I think we're doing pretty good. It's nice to see BTC back over 23K. That is definitely good. Hex is just mulling around. There's 4.7 cents at the moment. But Alex is bringing us good news, and we look forward to another update about that with audits and launch date. That's kind of the next phase. So that's how close it is. Very close. Very, very cool. We're going to do, obviously, some solid coverage of it. We're also going to be hoping to get as much data we can about how these are going straight out of the gate. And the mint phase, 14-day mint phase for We Are SA, is going to be pretty cool. So that's going to be the next poll, and the price has responded a kind. So let's see if we can get support now over the 1,000 mark. Very exciting to see that. Cool. All right, let us jump away. We're going to have a look at the quad charts here. We've got Hedron obviously busting out, Hex at 4.7. Now Maximus, of course, is at 9.3 cents. And of course, actually, it's USDC on here. It's actually 9.5. So there's different trading pairs. I've added Max USD and Max Hex here. This is the new one I've exited is the Max Hex because previously I've just had the USDC. But if we switch this to the premium, this is the Hex pool, which is actually a bigger pool, right? So more liquidity in this pool. We're currently at 97% premium there. So that's cool. I think if I switch, what's this one going to say? It's going to say 9.5 cents. So yeah, that's what it's going to say. What am I talking about? All right, so cool. That is what we're looking at. 97% premium over Hex on the Hex pool. Nice. Actually, this is the one I did have. This is the new one I must have added. So there we are. I'm getting confused, but that's good. We've got the price and the premium now. How about that? That's easy. I had to fill this gap because before we had Pulse Dogecoin there, and of course we moved that out at the moment. So Maximus holding up pretty nicely. Let's have a look at Pulse Dogecoin. Woohoo! $7.46. This thing is not going away. I've got a red plane because I changed it, but it's now gone green again. cannot keep up with this green plane. It's just flying high. And of course, Wolverine will not say, this is Wolverine. He's just like, woohoo! Yeah, joyride. Come join me up to the moon. And of course, there we are. That's where we're at the stage. So looking really good. Let's copy this, bam, and paste it out. I'm going to just put that on anyway. Let's get this pump mental in at the moment. So Pulse Dodge coin there, just pumping up. Woohoo! Let's add that in. We'll delete it once it's broken. I'm sure it's going to break unless we get a green candle up. That will be the case. 748. We're in overbought territory, but like I said, if there are whales moving this thing up, it can keep going. I would say that they want to lower the scale that it's going up though, because if you're going to go up to, let's pull this down. If you're going to, I'm going to hide this. I'll hide that. Move panel up. Move panel down. No, want to delete panel. No, I want to make this big panel. There we are. All right. So if you're going to get up to these bigger bullish prices, can we got the log scale? The log scale's no good. All right. So if you're going to get up to these bigger prices, you are going to let's say we get up to $22. This is sort of the range that we're going to have to get up to at the moment. Not sure if my auto goes. Yeah, auto. Okay. All right. So there we are. So if you're going to, no, I don't want auto on now. I'm going to pull that back down. I was fine with where it was. Okay, so let's say that we get up to, we've got a log scale now. Let's say if you get up to $20, $24, that's kind of where we're going from here at this stage on a log scale. So up, I guess. Oh, just ruined that, haven't I? So yeah, playing up here, I guess, up to there. So I could see this thing, we'll probably have a bit of resistance at 10, but if you were a whale, wouldn't you want to blow past the $10? You would, and you want to get it up into the teens so that you get people stop focusing on the psychological $10 and you get them in the teens. That's what you want to do. Get them in the teens, get them nice and comfortable in the teens, and away you go. So definitely is looking good. You got to remember that this started off at $1, went down to 73 cents, and so really it is actually up. 700? It's up already up 650%. So what's a 7.5 7.5x? I think that's the right math. So cool, yeah, 650%, 7.5x from the dollar. But of course, it's free to most people. Well, to a lot of people that participated. So that's just the way it is. I'm not sure if I thought I had saved a tweet. Let me just go and see if I've saved a tweet for that. I thought I had saved a tweet around the pump mentals there. Maybe I haven't. I may not have. All right. Maybe I didn't save it. No, I didn't. There's someone else. It wasn't Wolverine that posted it. It was someone else that posted it. So that's cool. Bam, we'll get out of there. And of course, looking good. $7.50, man. The all-time high, $8.07 4 days ago. We're just only in about 6 hours into this current chart. Very nice. I'm going to get rid of all those uptrends there. That's the trend. Trend is your friend. Nice. All right, so let's see how that goes. I'm going to take off the log chart now and see how we get on. Boom, boom, boom. Let's take that up. Very, very cool there at the moment. That is the total chart. I like that. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's have a look at the BNB memes and a BNB memes here. Let's have a look at this. Pulse Dodge, the original on BNB. You got to remember that BNB is still rallying, so it's up 2.8% there. And that's still rallying. Now, hey, you might have seen I did actually release I did my first Twitter thread on Twitter. So I've never done it before. Obviously, guys know I'm trying to expand the social media, and I'm playing around with different techniques that people have said that are good. So I did put a nice cool the top 8 crypto founders, Richard Hart's in there, of course, and getting people to respond to that with the hashtag. So it's just an experiment. And of course, spread that around. If you do see that tweets, just start tweeting out. And of course, that's to get engagement up from different teams. So they get introduced not only do they tell us what's good about their particular project, but they also get introduced to Pulsechain and Hex that way as well. So we'll see how that goes overnight. It may do well, may not do well. So get out there and retweet that. It'd be great. Woohoo! We've got to be creative, right? We've got to be creative in how we're going to look at these things. So nice. Okay, so Pulse Dodge there, up and away. So it's up 7.5%. BNB is up 2.7, so it's got a net gain there. And there it is at 4.5, almost heading up to 0.5% there. So 4500th of a cent is currently where it's at. P33 is also climbing at 16% there, up 21%. So that's actually a pretty mad gain. That's a gain of about 19% there, and that's up at 16 cents. Had a bit of volatility the last couple of days though. Man, you're gonna have some stiff will for that one. And finally, IM here is starting to really make a claw back itself. And of course, if it can get up to 1600, I reckon, start forming a new bottom around here, that'd be pretty cool. And then break up to 2000. And man, that red chart's really starting to climb. That's really starting to climb. So this is kind of etching itself a bit of excitement. You guys know that we've been following this for weeks and months, and that the BNB really underperformed the Ethereum charts on the Hex charts here, just the way it goes. But at the moment, they're all climbing pretty well, and BNB's on the up too. So it's pretty cool. Pulse Dodge coin is $7.50, and of course the weight token we've been covering as well. People are waiting. Maybe only about 4% or so have claimed, and of course that's sitting at just over 0.5% at the moment, 52/100th of a cent. So there we are, just mulling around the same area like pretty much the whole time. Hasn't really moved much between say 0.5% and let's say 0.7 of a penny. It's kind of the range at the moment. So cool. I should actually do a poll around whether you've actually done anything with that. So cool. All right, let's see how the poll's going on for how we got on there. Let me just pull back Hex charts and go back to Hedron. Bam. And yeah, so we've got Hedron at 103.6 on the hourly. Let me just zoom that on that. That is our 1,000 mark, so looking good. We've got 18 votes, so let's end the poll and see what the results are. People are going to be selling down the HSI stakes here. Let's have a look. Will you sell new HSIs, not existing HSIs, but new stuff that's going to take X out of your wallet or out of buy on the market? Stakers to ICOSA contract, yes, 44%. Yeah, I thought there was quite a few people participating. People have said that. Maybe 27% and no 27%, 18 votes. That's pretty good. It's a small sample size, but 18 is a decent number. It's not like it's 3 people. Well, that wouldn't work out with the maths. Maybe 4 people. 4 people would work out the maths there. So cool. So that's pretty good. So we'll see how that scales up. Remember, there's like 14,000 followers following Hedron, so it's got a pretty big reach. One of the top projects out there with social media reach, and so let's see if that scales up into some pretty important, pretty powerful stuff there. Bullish for Hex, bullish for Hedron, and bullish for ICOSA. I think some of the design's pretty funky. So how people value that, or whether they just speculate, that's another question. All right, so cool. Let's get into some of the comments. I don't want to get too far down. Brennan says, you will see what I mean when you go to the ICOSA UI. Actually, I actually lost that. So ICOSA, I closed a lot of the town. So let me just have a look at that again. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. ICOSA Pro apps, I think, ICOSA. Let's have a look. So you're asking me to go where? You're asking me to go down to where all SA, I think. What's up? In brackets. Let me look here. Probably 14 days. I'm not seeing what you're talking about here. Yeah, sorry, can't follow that. So sometimes it'll be a bit hard when you're doing live streaming. Hey, Superman, it's Stevie D in the house there. Hope you're all cool. We are cool. Ninja Chopstick in as well. Hey, it's good to see you, Ninja. Jeff Anderson says, I posted my wallet address from which I sacked for Pulse X on Twitter. Am I at risk, or do I get new wallet address when PLS comes out to minimize? No, it's going to be assigned to your address there, Jeff. So you kind of doxed yourself. But what I'll do, I'll just delete that tweet. I'll just delete that tweet, Jeff. Is probably the way to go there. And just hope for the best there. But yeah, it's a public address, so it's not like people can hack it. So you just got to make sure you're not interacting with any DApp or anything, Jeff. So I'll just delete the tweet and undox yourself that way. Juan Gonzalez says, morning, everybody from Gran Canaria. Hey, good to see you, Juan. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hey, good to see you, John, in the house. All right, so that's cool. I'm going to close that now. So hopefully that's just the way it's going to be. Where was I going? I was going to show, we're going to talk about Pulsechain launch. So we've got 2 videos from Richard if you missed these. So I have played them before. They're the latest from Richard. If you didn't miss out the big news this morning on Pulsechain, we've got obviously 2 We've got 2 big pieces of news there, so check that out. That came out with around liquid loans and, of course, around Overwatch, Rack and Rochelle. Brennan keeps plaguing me in the chat here around that. I'll come back to it in just a moment. I got to come back later on. All right, let me have a look here. What else? I'm trying to find this other stuff. I closed all the dApps down, Brennan. I closed them all down. I finished it. I finished the topic. What else? We have a look here. Let me have a look here. I'm trying to find this this video. Oh man, it's always this particular video is always the one I can't see properly when I'm talking about the stuff. So, oh man, where is it gone? That's crazy. I like to pay them in the right order, otherwise they sort of out of the wrong order there. So we'll look here. What price of chart have we got? Hedron. I got Hedron at the moment. That's cool. I should play musical chairs with that, to be honest. Are you kidding me or what? Are you kidding? Here it is here. Okay, fine. Found it. Wait, let's play it. This Pulsechain update versus Ethereum. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Have you seen, before I lead into, I'll ask you 2. Number 1, do you think Ethereum 2.0 goes, actually happens? And when it happens, does it go ahead and dock and go off without a hitch? Or will you see problems?
Software takes a long time, and software sometimes has bugs.
But we're okay with waiting, right? I'm okay with waiting.
I'm okay with waiting. I mean, look, I'd like Pulsechain to launch before it, but truthfully, it really doesn't matter whether Pulsechain launches before it or not, because it doesn't affect the gas fees. Ethereum 2.0 does absolutely nothing to affect the gas price.
Correct.
It does nothing to increase throughput. It is the exact same gas price, homies. And so Pulsechain is there to help get those gas fees down, give everyone the largest free airdrop. And so whether we should beat them to market, but in case we don't, it's fine.
So that's the first one vis-a-vis Ethereum. And of course, we're going to pick up the latest one from Kitco News on Pulsechain as well.
About Pulsechain, what is Pulsechain? When is the launch?
Sure.
A lot of people are asking that.
Yeah, well, Pulsechain is the world's largest free airdrop. We're going to reduce Ethereum's fees by basically doubling their capacity or more. We fork the Ethereum system state so that all of your coins get copied on the new chain for free. You can go play with those coins now if you want. Go to pulsechain.com, go use the testnet. You can go trade those coins for fun right now on the testnet. And we're just waiting for the devs to, improve a few things, higher throughput, more security, and then we can go to mainnet. It's just software's hard, right? If you want truly secure software with perfect flawless operation, it takes a while to get it right, and Hex took a long time to get right. And that's the reason Pulsechain, we've been at it for over a year now. Probably longer. We've probably been at it for about a year and a half. And we're close, man. We're so close. If my devs were dumber, we would have already launched. But because my devs are so good, it takes longer because they catch all the things. They're like, hey, this, that. You're like, yeah. So it's a bit miraculous because it can reduce the gas fees, which are too high. It can give us higher throughput. It can save the environment.
Yeah.
And it's got better tokenomics. It burns the coins. So 25% of the fees are just burnt. And top of VIP 1559 as well, which also does burning. So I'd have to estimate how much extra burning that'll do. And so we've got PulseX, which is our fork of Uniswap, which does fee burning, no inflation, only deflation. We've got Pulsechain, which has deflation only and fee burning in protocol. It's really awesome. Like, we're going to soon have vertical integration. We're going to have Pulsechain consensus network, PulseX trading, Hex value storage. We've got a wallet being built now as a MetaMask replacement. That's nearly complete vertical integration. The only thing that's missing is fiat on-ramps and off-ramps. That's it. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
All right, so that was pretty much the latest updates from around Pulsechain launch, and so cool. Now we've got another poll up. This is our second poll. We did our first poll around HSI buybacks, whether you're going to sell new HSIs to the buybacks there. I guess I should ask whether you're going to do 5555. Probably should ask that too. But the next poll we got, we are all SA. The SA means source account, and of course, what's there? Are you going to participate mint NFTs by bidding in Hedron there. So let us know. That is poll is open. So we got yes, maybe, and no. So we'll see how we go with that. All right, cool. Remove that. Bam, bam, bam. I'm not sure what I just removed there, but I removed something. Cool, cool zip, as we say, cool zip. All right, so cool. That is what we're doing, the question around that. And of course, I guess everyone will be doing Hedron staking. We probably should ask how much people are going to do Hedron staking, but we've got staking ICOSA as well. So we'll just do the two main ones today. Maybe we can ask those another day. That's just the way it goes. So Hedron there at 103. So how many zeros? 5 zeros in front. So 103, I guess, is technically the 8 decimal places there. And it's looking bullish on that news of ICOSA launch. DB says, so no pulse today, sir, says DB. No, unfortunately, no pulse today. Try back tomorrow, says KD. The one thing I will say, DB, is we are one day closer to Pulsechain launching. We are one day closer to that. Pulsechain will be the crypto king in all markets. That's true. That's true. That is true. I had another look, Brennan, for the brackets. I still couldn't find it. Maybe hit me up in Discord about that. I still couldn't find your link to the brackets. Just the way it goes. All right, cool. Let's pull up. We've got Pulse Conference coming up, and so that's going to be very, very cool. And of course, people, the tickets have probably gone up. So I actually haven't. Oh, they've still got the same thing. They said that the August the 1st, the tickets were going to go up there. So that whoever's running the website has not updated that, I don't think, or that's just keep going, just the way it goes. Oh, they have updated the website, but they haven't taken that off. 6th and 9th of September. Look at the update. They've updated that, so it's all got new format there. So interesting. New format there, blockchain. So we'll scroll through some of that. Have got any more events in here? Oh, boy, they have got lots more in there. Disco Burn token. I've never heard of that. Paradise Club. Staker apps in there now too. Interesting there. They got a few Los Angeles things. Oh man, goodness, we're only almost a month away from the PulseCon 2022 launch. Remember, up to 3,000 people are going to attend this. 32 days. Man, it's almost a month away. Wow, that's pretty cool. There are the prices. So the price is still the same. No change yet. It's supposed to move up on the 1st of August. Not happened. So I'm not sure what's happening there. NFT panels, Freedom panel. We got anything new? Development panel. I'm sure they're going to have a few more on the development panel. I mean, there's so many devs out there in the Pulsechain ecosystem. The music, entertainment, and of course, you can get a 15% discount off with the affiliates here. All these affiliates have 15% discount referrals. There is one on the website though, so you don't actually need to go to them. There's one there, 50% off that. Price is above. Pretty much that's. I think that's pretty much everything. The website's definitely got longer. What's that going on there? Private network at Zook. Now, apparently, this Zook nightclub is amazing. Apparently, it's the place to be in LA. So you can see how big it is. Looks pretty amazing there. So that I guess that's going to go off. Power City's got an event as well. A couple of events around this event. So cool. Nice. So cool. Check that out. PulseCon. It's always good to spread the word. One day closer, says DB. Absolutely one day closer with that. We have got one day closer. All right. That is cool. We're going to quickly check up our Pulsex, and we're going to have a look at our yield farming. We have every couple of days we check in. Since Brennan's in the chat there, we might as well have a look and see how we're doing. So we're going to go to our yield farm and check out our PLSX position. So Brennan said that he's mostly in incentive token PLSX. Was it? No, PLS. 80%. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I am really in. Oh, he's in PLS6 here, 84%. I'm in the wrong one. I'm in the PLS pool. But of course, I am out of the money on my capital value. So at 645. I put about $950,000 in here at 645. I did recoup, but the prices have not recovered at this stage. I've got incentive tokens, $2,000 worth, so I'll harvest those and I'll take that to the bank. I think I've got a few, actually. I've harvested a few days. We're going to confirm that. Let's open up the Explorer, expand the view of my wallets. And, of course, there it is. I'm withdrawing that. It says deposit, but it's actually withdrawing it. I don't know why. They probably should possibly change that, but maybe it's got multiple features. If you deposit and withdraw, it's a stored deposit. So that's cool. Let's go down and see our incentive tokens. 41.3. Nice. There we are. So another $2,000. PulseCon 2022. Here I come. Do they accept test PLS as payment? I don't know. It's worth asking, but that's definitely got that. So cool VIP. What would I normally do with that? Of course, you can go and decide. You can reinvest, compound, which we've been compounding a lot. And of course, the volumes on the PulseX exchange today pretty low at the moment. 9.55 million yesterday was that 64 million yesterday. So we haven't had a lot of high volumes lately on there. This is just testnet, of course. This is fictional, but we have got the price of Pulse is at 0056. I know it's going to rebound, so I'm just going to hold on my LP tokens there. 0015 for PulseX. They're back on top. Hex at $2.37 on the testnet. Man, wouldn't that be cool if Hex was $2.37? Of course, in reality, on an ETH chain, it's currently 4.7 cents. But it would be pretty nice if it was up at 237. Incentive token at $49.86. And of course, this has been doing pretty well. Obviously, Brennan is backing in that one. And finally, what else? We got the party token still goes. The party token is still on fire. Hedron is at the top there too. The fiat token. This will probably be a pretty in-demand fiat token. Will probably be pretty big. The one thing about that is not many people got into it. It's like raised what was a couple $1 million, but not many people actually got into the actual fiat. Now this is a fork of Aave, so you can imagine the potential for being really big is definitely there, right? It's going to offer a lot of small players as well access to getting returns on their crypto while they're not doing anything with it. So let's have a quick look at that fiat. It's almost was by stealth. I was covering sacrifices pretty in depth most days. I kind of underplayed that. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the fiat there. Bam. $4.4 million. Yeah. So what would that be? Number four biggest maybe. But it was over really quick. And I think Motley and other people like that got in, or maybe they know, maybe it's a bit of a mates thing. But they got in early on this, I believe. So this is the big stuff up here in terms of the amount of people. How many people got in on this? 870 wallets, so not a lot. And apparently there's about 41 million fiat tokens around. So these guys could end up getting pumped pretty hard straight out of the gate. Obviously. Subject to the team's performance. Team still has to do a bit of, execute properly. But other than that, looks pretty good. Now, the other thing, of course, don't know whether fiat themselves, like the actual Aave platform will come onto Pulsechain. I imagine a lot of them will be on Pulsechain eventually. How they're going to miss out the biggest thing on the planet when crypto launches. Even some of them that say no now, they're not coming. They'll be there. They'll be coming to Pulsechain. They follow the incentives and the money. That's what happens. There's the ICOSA 2 token that we're talking about. Ike here. Ike. Uniswap. What else? We got Texan token in here. Pretty flat, 11 cents. Hey, wait a minute. Did I sell that? I think I did, yeah. I got out of that. I think I got sold at the top. Not quite the top, but pretty good. We are expecting a Kira airdrop as well. So that's going to be good. What was the other drop that someone talked about? Nosi free NFT. What else there? We've also got Mintra up there at $1. Mintra will do well as one of the leading NFTs places. Ocean token there. That's one of those renewable ones that's currently on the sacrifice list. She there, Shinshu. Chainlink token. And what else there? The original ICOSA Keanu. Civilization. That looks like some sort of game metaverse, GameFi possibly. And a T-Pulsey. So I'm not sure what this one here is, but interesting. It's down at almost 100% though. Rug pull. The first rug pull on testnet. I don't know. It's probably been others. Pretty much that. So cool. I'm just going to leave those incentive tokens and keep accruing, I think. What I could do is I could trade the incentive token if I think the pulse is going to go up, or I just keep the incentive token because it seems to be pretty bullish. I actually think the incentive token will do pretty well when Pulsechain launches, so I'm pretty optimistic about that. Let's take our incentive token though. We're going to buy some more Pulse with it. You can never have not too much enough Pulse, right? The first couple of months, typically the best time to accumulate. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. So 41.3. Let's pick up 363,000 Pulse. Okay, I thought I'd get a bit more than that, but that's the way it goes. Don't forget, every time I trade, I'm actually buying and burning PulseX, and it doesn't matter what token it is. I'm buying and burning PulseX, and of course, it's 0.07% of the fee. So cool, negligible liquidity fee there. So there's the fees for each trade. A 0.29% fee is paid, 0.22% to the LP token holders, and 0.07% towards PLSX buy and burn. And it doesn't matter. We could have 5,000 to 6,000 trading pairs once we, it is mature, and it would be excellent, as we say. So what have happened to my tokens? The incentive tokens have gone out, and now I've got so much more Pulse to play with. Very cool. We've actually got a lot of PulseX in here. I just realized I got 27 million PulseX as well. I've got 128,000 USDC. What else is in here? These are all fictional numbers, by the way. I got quite a bit of Hedron here. How much Hedron? 165 million Hedron. I can't remember what that's worth at the moment, but that's what I got. I got Hex, though. Hex is worth a bit here, $2 something for the Hex. I got a bit of Texan, a bit of ICOSA, and I got this fake USDC here, this fake stuff. This is the way it goes. It's all fake. What am I talking about? It's a real fake. It's a fake. It's a rug pull. It's a drain your wallet type of fake stuff there. That's cool. All right, so nice. Let's see how the poll's going. We'll get into that. It's in the poll. We've got 11 votes in the poll. So it's not quite as 18 votes, but 11 votes will do. Will you bid Hedron for the What's It NFT? Maybe 36. No, 36. Yes, 27. They're not quite as bullish as the selling HSI stakes, but I will be surprised how this does. This could be pretty interesting here, how bullish this gets, actually. It's going to get a copy of all the bonuses, remember, for everybody staking. So I don't know. I think you guys might be surprised who goes in there. This certainly worth further investigation, further thought there. Cool. Now, someone asked a question in the chat there, so let's go to that. Bob Wells in the house. Hey, gang. Good to see you, Bob. Hex Token channel member representing. Kira airdrop. Did I hear airdrop? Yeah, Kira's supposed to have an airdrop. Let me go to Discord and jump into new token links down the bottom here, Pulsechain projects. I'm pretty sure I got Kira up here. I haven't looked at Kira for a while, so we must have a little bit of scout around for that. And see Kira. I love the website for Kira. It's really cool. Let's go to Twitter and see what they've been saying lately. I have not been following them very closely. Now, they've got a pretty good following, actually, compared to most projects, 7,836 on Twitter. That's pretty good. Kira token is a cryptocurrency with very simple tokenomics on Pulsechain created by Motion Mark 369. I'm not even following that person. 3D Artist Matrix. So there we are. So look here. The last update, March 24th. Good news. We're going to airdrop PLSX Sacrifice set as well as the Pulsechain Sacrifice set. So that is definitely what they're doing there. What else? May the 13th. So not really. What do we got here? 13th here, 31st of July. So that's the most recent one. Kira token combines AI and cryptocurrency to generate inspiration, conceptual art, character designs, and more for marketing for promotional materials. So that's interesting. So you got a little picture there. I actually do really like the artwork. It's kind of like this sort of neon glow and things. It's stuff I do like. What else have we got in here? I'm slowly being built by AI. What will I become? Well, that's a good question. Not sure which one's the latest one. Which is the latest one? I'm not sure. But was that nose crooked? Was the nose crooked? Not sure if the nose is crooked there. The nose looks somewhat crooked, eh? I think the nose has got some imperfections in there. It's probably struggling to get the 3D depth on there. The rest of it looks pretty good. Just starting to think the proportions there. Cool. What's that? 3 legs? Is that 3 legs? I'm not sure what's happening there. Quite futuristic in any case. Boy, the face, I guess it's, this must be the beginning. Maybe this is gets towards the end here. So it's still evolving there. So interesting stuff there. I'll give that a like. If you're Bitcoin, this is on the 19th of July, friends are hung up on staking and inflation. They might be more excited about the fixed supply in Kira. So it's getting fixed supply. That's cool. Give that a like. What else have we got going here? Motion Mark here. Bitcoiners love fixed supply. Good news for you guys. Kira on Pulsechain is a fixed supply of 369 million coins, so the 3.69% inflation. There are no Satoshi coin founders, so that's very cool. There's a little link there, KiraToken.com. 5th of July, Kira has been just been minted on Ethereum, sharing the same birthday as the USA. What happens now? We wait for Pulsechain fork and list Kira on PulseX shortly after. Kira will not be available for purchase on Ethereum. Wait until we post the official contract address. So that's kind of a cool update there. You can view the official contract address here. So we'll have a look at that. This is all the latest in July, so it's fairly good. 369 million Kira, it's definitely there. One older. So that's pretty much that. The contracts, read only contracts. So look at that. Balance of, name, total supply. Yeah, nothing much there. Cool. Holders, one holder. Bam, there we are. All right, so that's cool. They are doing it, and of course the website's pretty cool. I must say, this is one of the better websites. For it's very engaging looking. What else there? We are one of the only projects launching on Pulsechain without a sacrifice phase. We're airdropping the Pulsechain and Pulsechain sacrifice set, and it requires no action on your part to claim it, which we like that. We like that a lot. 11 airdrops. I'm not quite sure what that ratio means. They've got a merch store available now on Pulsechain Testnet Go. And of course, we've actually looked at that already. Simple tokenomics on Pulsechain. That's it. So got some get started tutorials that none of these links are working at the moment. So still work to be done here, but they have minted their tokens. So cool. Pretty cool that the first project ever announced on Pulsechain also happens to be a decentralized collectible being airdropped to the sacrifice set. Pretty cool. It's being minted in just a few hours, and that's birthday. That will be the 4th of July. So that's cool. 4th of July there, Mid-Journey AI takes things to the next level. This stuff is insane. How do you get people to care about the real world when this is integrated with VR? They can jump into the world, choosing and talking to sophisticated AI what happens next. So some pretty interesting artwork. Man, oh man, did that AI make that? That's pretty insane. That one's a bit scary, but that's pretty impressive. Oh, I like that. That's kind of cool. That one there's a bit morbid, but the first one was definitely... it's a little bit scary, but maybe that's the style that they like, the sort of a gothic style there. But pretty cool. You finally found it. Nice. So that's pretty much it from July. Kira is a great Pulsechain onboarding coin, especially for noobs. Simple to explain, less chance they can do something catastrophic. Nothing extra they need to do. Buy and forget it. Less steps in the process. The more we condense and simplify the onboarding process. What I love about Kira token, there is no OA either, no origin account. I view Pulsechain as like an amusement park, and you need a universal ticket to ride all the rides. Here's the ultra reliable ticket. Any project can accept news, markets, nightclubs, etc. OpenSea lets users play on NFTs and other currencies like Ape and Dai and Bat and Link. The same is possible for token like Kira on Pulsechain. We are currently looking at 2 NFT platform competitors. So we obviously know some of the top ones that we've been looking at there. This looks like some of their artwork here. That's pretty neat. I always fall for the neon. That's one thing I always fall for there. So I have to give that a like there. What more tax service? This is in June. Add any more complexity. Kira's aiming the opposite. So cool. Great news. We scored a 71 on pulsehotlist.com. We have plenty of room for improvement. Let's actually go look at them on there. So let's have a quick look. What are we looking for? Kira. Bam. So what does Kira say about them? One of the first Pulsechain projects, well-known founder. Unclear where buy pressure will come from, as only use case is SOV collector's item. Uses Trust Swap's mint feature, which has been audited. So that's positive there. Got 53 rockets, 28 fires, 38 diamonds, but there's 23 red flags. It's like, oh, gee, that's a little bit ominous, 23 red flags. So don't know what they base that on. Kira token is cryptocurrency with very simple tokenomics on Pulsechain. We are the only ones launching on Pulsechain without a sacrifice phase. We are airdrop Pulsechain. Set and requires no action. So that's kind of all positive. We'll just keep watching that at the time. They do have a cool launch video. So that is cool. Not sure how that goes though, but they've got the launch video there. So cool. That is Kira token. So I think that's probably enough. We won't go back through all the history, but pretty interesting looking project for sure. The artwork does look pretty cool as well. Definitely checked it out. So I'll post the what am I going to post? I'll post the Twitter link if you want to check that out more out yourself. Bam. Christopher Fear says, what's it? 300 something Hedron, only worth $26, not worth minting, says Christopher. And Brennan says, I sent you a photo of what I meant on Discord. I appreciate that. Thanks. That's much easier to follow, Brennan. So let me look at there. Oh, can't see anything. Oh, you've sent me privately. That's cool. I'll look at that later on. Appreciate that. Thank you, Brennan. Cool. Let's get out of there. I've got someone like there. Someone follow me. 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. There's someone that's on there. It's probably 2 more weeks there. Okay, so that's pretty funny. All right, cool. Let's jump out of there. And Akira, I must say the website is looking good, but pretty quiet there. Bob Wells says 1111 is a thinking of you sort of deal. Oh, cool. Thanks, Bob Wells. Appreciate that. Rod Stretch Puncture says, has Gun to put the pedal to the metal again? Would seem so. I mean, Pulse Dodge doing pretty well there at $7.50. Still chumming it, and of course, he's still spreading the word about it. Kate Figure says, happy Friday, all apart from the right-wing Nazis. I hope you all burn now. Yeah, well, it's not just right-wing Nazis, isn't it? It's the left-wing Nazis as well, so that's probably true. Hex, yeah, there we are. Kira Token, nice one. All right, cool. How are we doing? Let's quickly check the markets. We've got BTC green at 23,329. Woohoo! And Ethereum at 1671. The thing with BTC though, it hasn't really. It's got to get up to 27, 28k, and it's not even getting close, right? So that's a real problem. It does have a window of opportunity to get up to there, but it's got to take it, right? ETH there 1669. Up 1.2%, and BNB really doing well at the moment, up 3% there, so pretty nice. What else is? I'm just having a look at some of these others. You got VET as well, is up 5% there. Just having a look at some of these. That's pretty much it. Cool. Yeah, if you see Twitter, I've done on Twitter. Definitely check that out. Those tweets. See if we can get more traction. I don't know how well they'll do. My first Twitter. What do you call them? Twitter feed. Twitter thread, my first Twitter thread. See if we can get more engagement that way. Currently 4.7 cents and looking nice. And of course, Hedron looking like a boss here as well. So we're definitely getting some nice action with these leading coins at the moment. Now I was going to quickly check something else. Now, if you missed out on the news earlier this morning, we had our first live stream. We did have updates on liquid loans. And one of them was about the oracles that it's launching. And that's huge for Pulsechain. We need price feeds that are going to go as price feeds. Chainlink has so far said that they're not going on to Pulsechain, but like I said, they're all caved in the end. And of course, the first early adopters get the raise. So that's pretty cool. We got Telor coming as oracles, and that means other projects can use it too. So it's very, very bullish for that, and a lot of the lending projects, in particular, the DeFi that's will use that. So it's very, very exciting there from Liquid Loans. So this is the clip from earlier this morning. So we'll check this out on Liquid Loans update.
Before I let you go, I think there's one more thing, last but definitely not least, is something I want to touch on is a possible Oracle partnership.
Oracle disinformation. Let's call it for what it is. The fake news that's been circulating the traps. Look, as you know, Matt, there's been a lot of innuendo, a lot of sort of commentary around Chainlink and, how it's going to break and how we're relying on Chainlink and all the rest of it. And all I can tell people is we are not using Chainlink. And there's a variety of reasons why we're not going down that path. But the main one is that we wanted to use a decentralized Oracle service. So to me, there's a lot of services that are currently, inverted commas, more centralized. It's a bit like, there's a lot of CeFi players that like to call themselves DeFi, but really they're just masquerading. Likewise with Oracle services, there are some that are very centralized. We've decided to work with Telor. So the community may be familiar with Telor. Telor is one of the Oracle services that Liquidity actually uses, right? So they're the backup Oracle in the event that the primary Oracle fails. The reason we wanted to go down that path was they are a truly decentralized Oracle. Their philosophy is fantastic. So we've had an opportunity of meeting the founders. There's 3 founders effectively. So there's Brenda, Nick, and Michael. Brenda's the CEO. We had a good conversation with Brenda at the outset, and I really appreciate her candor. But she said, look, Christian, let's work on this stuff. Let's get it moving, and then we can sort of announce it. And I totally agree with it. I thought, look, let's get this to where we're really happy with progress, and then we can make some more formal announcements. But organically, I think it's really good. I'm really happy with the way that's working. Big shout out to Nick Fett. Nick Fett's the CTO. He's one of the co-founders as well. He's fantastic. So this guy For anyone that's interested in learning a little bit more about Tell-All, they also have a YouTube channel and they talk about different aspects. It's a little bit more technical in nature, but predominantly they focus on aspects of the Tell-All Oracle. There is a specific YouTube video that he just completed. Look, I think he was at a DeFi conference, and I really like the way he discussed some of the challenges of the oracles. So for example, the centralized nature. He also speaks to the fact that, hey, bridges are perhaps another form of oracle, because really you've got an oracle service on one chain and another service on another. So in effect, a bridge is almost like an oracle service. So he talks a lot about that, and he goes into some of the challenges going forward. So really worth listening to. Really particularly like this video, and for people wanting to learn a little bit more about Tell-All, I'd suggest you take a look at that. So we might add that into the one of our links at the bottom of the video, Matt, if that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that, to me, that working with those guys has been fantastic. I think all credit to Nick just for how he's helped us to get to this point. The other thing that we wanted to flag here is that
So that's super positive, having an Oracle coming on, and of course other teams be able to use it too. So super bullish. I really like that. You can see how the ecosystem's just evolving and getting all these strong utilities. And of course, that's a big focus of mine on this channel. I get excited about utilities because I know how much that's going to add value and enable, Pulsechain to really flourish. So it's very cool. The other thing, of course, they had two other points, which was that the sacrifice set, over 9,500 sacrifices set in the set, of course, excluding the syndicates like Magic Upright, which have like 1,100 or something like that in there. So you're probably looking at about 11 to 12,000 all up with the syndicates. And of course, they've only had about 15 people with any issues. And of course, some of those have just been, not understanding how the extra sacrifice works. So it's really bullish for that. For that one, so very cool. The other thing, of course, they are going to keep that open for at least until the end of August. So it looks like we'll have that wrapped up. They'll do a final sacrifice set, and you might only see very minor adjustments. Obviously, the biggest variable is the bigger pays better multiple. The longer pays better multiple. I think it is the one, or the biggest pay better multiple. Yeah, so I think it's the bigger pays better one. That might have a little adjustment there, but that should stay pretty similar. The other thing, of course, is the testnet there for the DApp. The DApp's coming up, and of course, that's going to potentially be, we'll have that maybe at the end of this month or the beginning of September to be able to use that on Pulsechain, and they're going to airdrop us, not the sacrifice set to us, but they'll airdrop just a few tokens that people can play around on the Liquid Lines DApp. So if you haven't seen the Liquid Lines DApp, this is it here. So let's check it out. So that's pretty much the DApp. So it's going to be cool. So maybe at the end of August, maybe at the beginning of September, we'll get access to that on the testnet. It's going to be fun. The other thing, of course, is we mustn't be lost at. This is pretty much the biggest sacrifice that was done on Pulsechain so far, around about $47 million. And of course, massive, massive, massive. The big thing, of course, it's going to enable DeFi huge on Pulsechain, fundamentally so, with the USDL stablecoin that's going to be issued. People put their Pulse in, and of course, issues them stablecoin. And of course, that's going to, I reckon that's going to just flood through a lot of trading pairs. And of course, that's going to be used on other DeFi platforms like Fiat, which is a fork of Aave and stuff like that. So it really is a big deal. So this project is, a behemoth. And of course, it's going to be interesting to see how the valuations stack up, particularly with these leading DeFi lending projects, because obviously that's huge wealth creation. The other thing, of course, is not only the stablecoin, but you can earn obviously benefits on liquid loans by getting in stability pool or the staking loan token. So it's going to be cool. The other thing, of course, is that we probably only have about 25% of the loan tokens in circulation supply at the beginning, because most people have got them staggered out all the way through to up to 2 years, including the Hex Godwell. And so that's going to be pretty limited. How much of that will we then see in the staking pools? Loan staking pools is going to be even less than that. There'll be loan tokens and liquidity pools and things like that, no doubt. So it's going to be a pretty interesting to see how that goes. The other thing, of course, in addition to all that, so not just the USDL stablecoin enabling DeFi, not only is people being able to make massive passive income potentially on it, through staking and stability pool or the loan pool, but also is the fact that people can put the PLSX, get the stablecoin, and go buy Pulse, PLSX, and other Hex and other tokens that they want, and of course pump those up as well. And of course, we know that there's a lot of strategies out there that people are going to use. Imagine an army of a couple of thousand people using the same strategy to leverage and then buy it more as the price of Pulse goes up. It's a really circular pumpamental in there. So it's pretty huge. So really is important, and so excited to see them moving forward here. So another month, we'll have the test network. Woo! Bring on Pulsechain. So it sounds like they're queuing up pretty nicely for that. I'm very excited for that as well. All right, so that was one of the big pieces of news today as well. But the other thing, of course, is Rack and Rochelle with the EB Control, just one of the 4 products that they're bringing. Now, obviously, he's looking at Fiat Gateway on-ramp as well, and coin listing site, as well as what he posted us yesterday around the EB exchange. So pretty cool. Richard's talking about part of his vertical integration, Pulsechain, PulseX, MetaMask wallet, and Fiat on-ramp. So it looks like Rack and Rochelle's playing in that space as well. Obviously with the EB exchange, and of course being in Saudi, that will probably open that up to on-ramp, off-ramp to certain players. I'm not sure whether it's going to include or exclude American citizens or not. So it's an open question, but certainly bullish on the EB exchange, a stock and crypto exchange, and of course coming to Pulsechain. And the other thing, of course, is out today was the EB Control. And of course, this is government level security for individuals, and it's really impressive just straight off the bat. You can actually get on there now. But it's coming to Pulsechain, and of course, it's actually really good price, like really good, like $40 a year for government level security here with files and stuff like that. So pretty cool. And you can see some of the updates there that you've got there: what, who, how, when. You really can control all the data there by email too. So secure data. So pretty good service there. You can see all the countries as well. So 4 major products coming out from a billionaire Rack and Rochelle. Overwatch, of course, the ambition to become one of the top venture capitalists in the world. Building on Pulsechain is one of the channels, as it were, that they're going to do that. So obviously they've got other businesses and security, military type things, and probably other areas that they also invest in. So the Pulsechain, obviously, what beats cryptocurrency, right? So exciting. And of course, they've also top sacrifices as well as investing a lot of money. So it's fantastic. You can see how it's all evolving. Very, very cool. So nice update from Rack and Rochelle. Woohoo! Rock on. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to quickly check the markets. We've got BTC at 23,280, and of course, they're looking kind of nice and green at the moment. ETH at 1668, up 2%. BNB up 314, up almost 4%. BNB having a really good run, actually, particularly at the moment. I did do a video on optimism, so if you haven't checked that out, did that as well. And actually, we've got a nice little update here in the price chart here from PulseGod. PulseGod, it is after I did my video on optimism. Optimism price target 14 days, $3, and upside, and of course, $1.78 downside. So I did said that seemed like it was doing a cup and handle, and could reasonably do $2.75. So that kind of fits in there. Once again, not investment advice, just do your own due diligence. The other thing with that, I'm going to be doing more blockchain videos, EVM particularly, to introduce more people into Pulsechain as well. So not just reviewing those projects, but also to review, to introduce people to Pulsechain. So you'll see more of those videos coming out. The other thing is that it also, with the price, the way the price movement sort of shows you some of the possibilities with Pulsechain and PulseX, which are going to completely blitz these type of chains coming out. So very cool. Remember, they launched the 1st of June there. All right, cool, with an airdrop too. So you have to, there's probably 5 or 6 different ways you have to get the airdrop. You have to check the video out for that. I do go through those but they're going to have more airdrops in the future, which is an interesting mechanism compared to Uni, which kind of had that one-off. They did talk about promising future Unis, but I don't know where that's gone. It would definitely impact the price there. All right, so cool. That is what's happening there. Hex at the moment at 4.7. We got Hedron actually breaking out after the news around Hedron code there from Alex. And of course, now it's just got to stay up there and firm itself up there. So you can see the other times that it was trying to get up there too. So now it's really just got to stay up there at the 1,000 mark and consolidate. But looking good, looking good. Maybe we might get a mid-August launch for that. Super bullish for Hex. And of course, Pulse Dodge here coin. Pulse Dodge coin PLSD at $7.50. Looking very, very strong actually at the moment. But like I said, if you're going to stay this longer term, I'd really keep tabs on the blockchain, and of course keep having a look at what's happening with these leading holders. Keep following Wolverine, see indications there, and of course also the official Pulse Dodge coin site to see if when staking and stuff's coming out, because obviously it's super bullish there. Some people sell the news, they buy the rumor, sell the news. So there's a bit of that too. The top wallet, let's have a look, see what they've been doing. So that's 1170. They were doing some funny transfers into there, so that's got, you got to go through a whole ton of wallets there for that. This is the Origin account, and this is the Benevolent account. They both got issued these tokens at the end of the launch phase. They got 10 tokens for every claimant, so that was pretty impressive. We ended up with about 31% of the potential claimants in the Hex stakers who were staked the 20th of April being able to claim, so that was pretty good. Then we've got these leading whales here as well, 1, 2, 3. 4, and then we've got this fifth one over 50k. So that's kind of how I've sort of arbitrarily demarked the whales here. So cool. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 independent whales from the looks of it. And how many of these are in Gunther's or Wolverine's syndicate, I do not know. I haven't really been following that closely, but there we are. Let's see if the 2 to 11, this hasn't really done any buying 34 days ago, so nothing happening there. So we'll look at the next one, 128. See what's happening in 9 days was the last stuff in, so it hasn't been doing much either. Now these may have other addresses, you got to remember, so they may have other addresses. Just exclude that. So this one here, 9 days again. So these guys are all kind of moved together here at 9 days. This 100,000 one, let's have a look here and see what that's been doing 11 hours ago. So this one's been buying. So 11 hours, 12 hours, 12 hours, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Pretty cool. What have they got in their wallets? Let's go have a look. Let's see what they've got in USDC. So they've got 152k in USDC left, so that's cool. And let's see what they've been doing there. So hopefully that's going to jump in there. So 12 hours ago, 21,000. So at the time, so they've been definitely supporting the price there. 12 hours ago. So let's have a look at the. Let's have a look at the Pulse Dodge there on the hourly basis. Let's go back 12 hours ago, approximately. So that's around about here. So this green pump here, definitely a player in there, was one of the top whales there on the looks of it. 12 hours and 10 minutes ago, yeah. So got pumped pretty interesting here. This candle here, and it was down at $6.89 there, so not surprising. And it's kept it pushing up higher. Could have possibly drifted down a bit there. It is in oversold territory, so up it goes. Whatever, a day and 2 hours ago, there, we've got some more buying there too. Interesting, similar amounts here too. That's been buying, so 1 day and 2 hours ago. Let's have a look at that. I've got to make sure I get the ruler right there. 1 day and 2 hours ago. So that's this one here. So both these pumps, it did both these pumps. Did this pump here? Oh, sorry, did this pump here? Did this pump here? So interesting stuff there. Definitely has helped the chart there quite a bit. 2 days, and it's done some other stuff here as well. I'm sure that they will participate there. What's this big buy here? 37, 35. Oh, that's out there. That's out. So 35, 2 days and 7 hours ago. Let's have a look at the chart there. 2 days. What I do? 2 days and 7 hours ago. 2 days and 7 hours ago. Not sure whether that's exact, but maybe in here somewhere in there. So that's cool. So that is the whale there. And let's have a look. So one whale definitely buying. Now it's got 100,000 PLSD, sitting pretty nicely. Still got the ability to buy, you know, what's that, 530s, 15. So three, maybe another 20,000 or so, something like that. We've got this whale here also going as well. So let's have a look at this one. 30 days, so nothing happening there. So cool. And what else? We've got this last whale here. Let's see. I don't think that's been doing anything. 2 days and 4 hours ago. So there we are. One whale is buying at the moment. That is what's happening there. But 150K at least in their wallet still left there. Pretty cool. So there we are. I don't normally do that, but there we are. There's a bit of action. Obviously, we've got a lot of other wallets in here that, you know, probably buying stuff as well. Let's see what we've got going down here. 10,164. That's not changed. So cool. How many millionaires we got? You know how we roll. How many millionaires? We got the top wallet and the second top wallet there. Obviously, the OA and BA address sitting on nice stuff there. Maybe another. No, I shouldn't make jokes about that. This one here, whale number 3, is almost up at $1 million at 958,000. And of course, the high price was $8.07. So we're at $7.50 at the moment. So technically, that would have been a millionaire at that price. This one here probably would have been pretty close too. So you could see all these whales here. These whales with 100K or higher. Sorry, the 63 here probably get pretty close up there as well. So you just need the 2x from here. So 2x would be $14, $15, and that would make this whale a millionaire. And of course, what's that for? So 2.5x of the price from that would 715, maybe $20 somewhere like that would get this pretty close to $1 million as well. So it's all in their interest in some ways if they hodl and hold on and keep spreading the word. That could end up being self-fulfilling. Nice one. All right, we got a few out in the house. Hex Biker, morning all. Good to see Hex Biker. I meant to say hello earlier. Sorry about that. Big shout out to you in the UK and everyone else from the UK. Francis is in the house as well. Did you use us Hexy Pulsex? A nice one there, Francis. I like what you did there with the name title. Hello, hello, hello. And what else? Bob Wells, thank you, Superman. You're welcome. Kate Fergus says, use other people's money or services, not your own. Skim off the top will fill your pot, says Kate Fergus. That's true. All right, so cool. Now let's. We had 2 polls earlier. The first poll was, will you sell new HSI stakes to ICOSA contract? We had 18 votes. 44% said yes. 27% said maybe. So that's quite a pretty high interaction there. 27% said no. And of course, our second poll, we had, will you bid Hedron for the WhatsApp NFT? This is a one-off time minting, so very exclusive one-off. And of course, if you end up claiming your yield, you're out of the pool, and the pool gets smaller, and they keep continuing to earn benefits there from the bonuses and ICOSA there. So nice. 36% said maybe, 36% no, but 27% said yes with their Hedron there. So pretty cool. That is nice. Hey, we're up to 1 hour and 18. I can't even believe it. We just flew through all that. Can you believe it? So that's some of the cool news. I had something else I was going to say, but I think that's probably not bad for the moment. Pulse got here, Hedron chart update. It's got some serious action on this chart. So very cool. Looking good. All right, so we'll give that a thumbs up. All right, so if you haven't got to join our Discord, the link is in the video description. Definitely join. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe, like, and share. And of course, 2 live streams a day, Pulsechain, PulseX, and Hex. And of course, we just covered past 5,200 subs, so a big thank you to all the support. Now, if you also want to become a supporter of the channel, we've got the join button, and we've got 3 different memberships: Pulsechans, Hexkins, and Rich Heart Club. And you can support us as we continue to stretch our legs and spread the good word, as it were, around these projects. Of course, saving a lot of people from getting wrecked is what we're trying to do as well. So a good place to be. Now, if you like good information and good community, then join our Discord, and the links in the video description as well. Very cool. I think we're going to do a wrap up. We're up to 1 hour and 20. Now, if you want me to do an encore as well, probably end up wrapping up here. We've got Hex at 4.7 cents. We've got Hedron at 10.20 with a breakout. So this is looking really positive. We can consolidate here. Look, would be really, really nice. And obviously with the ICOSA DApp looking positive with the code go ahead from Alex, and $7.52 on Pulse Dodge here. So nice generally all around, and green markets. So good time. We've got a window opportunity, as I say, up until probably 22nd, 23rd of September before the next Fed interest rate rise. So that's pretty important. Now, I did do a video on all the financial indicators coming up that are possibly could have a big impact. You can check that on the channel as well. It's pretty interesting. We've got the jobs employment data coming up on Friday, so that's coming out in the next couple of hours, or maybe next 12 hours or so, UTC American time. So that's going to be pretty important to see how that goes. If it beats markets, then it should probably be a good idea there. I think the 300,000 is the target that they're wanting it to beat in terms of new job growth. Very cool. All right, let's get into it. Let's find out our video here. Now I'm going to play out a couple here. We're going to play a Power City teaser. What else? I was going to play something else as well. Oh, yes, I was going to play this. So Richard Hart actually got a painting today. So I actually didn't talk about this. Richard Hart got a painting today, and from somebody from Hexton that has done very well. And of course, they apparently flew a private jet over to France, and of course gave that to Richard, who's currently at a castle with ICOSA stakes. So I presume he's still there at the moment. Seems to be the case. So let's have a look at that.
How are you? Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you as well. How's it going? Look at the bling. Flexing. Hard flexing.
You know he did the watch for me.
Man. So what's in here? What's this?
Show us.
Maybe we should find out who you are first. Tell me about you, man.
I'm Art Oracle. I really enjoy everything you've ever done here to get us going.
You
Hexagon big time.
Nice, man.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you get in?
Why did I get in? Because you had the best. You absolutely had the best. I did my research, man.
Nice, man.
I was a Bell Labs researcher for 30 years.
That's
I
amazing.
knew exactly what I wanted.
Oh, the frame, my God. That's beautiful. That's really great. That is exactly the style that I love, man. Sparkly, wealthy, rich, high contrast.
Exactly.
Diamond
You
studded.
hit it, man.
Diamond studded
Gold
gold.
everywhere, mountains of gold everywhere there.
I gotta say, it's pretty cool that someone would get in a private jet, have an amazing piece of art commissioned by apparently an extremely famous artist. You know, I hear that he knows 6 presidents and he's on the board of directors of some fancy stuff. Tell me the idea. How'd you get the idea?
But the ones that is really like dedicated, have discipline and passion for what they do, they become very successful like you. So this is really, symbolize and epitomize, success in such a big way.
I love it, dude.
It's you.
Thank you, man.
My
Thank you so
pleasure,
much.
man.
It's sick.
Great, I'm
it's
so
really
happy
sick.
that Arthur commissioned me to do that.
Nice. Ooh. Yeah, look at that.
For inviting us. And
Thank you, man.
Amazing, Thank
Hey,
you so much.
anybody that wants to come on a jet and bring amazing art to me, I'm welcoming them. What a great and wonderful thing.
So that looked pretty impressive from the highest stakes there. So very, very cool. We're going to play out a couple of videos on the way out. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, I will catch you guys tomorrow for 2 more live streams, Pulsechain, Pulsex, and Hex twice a day. We love it here. Of course, we are just proof of waiting. When it does come out, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And of course, we already see how fast everything is growing. So very, very cool. All right, let's play out some videos here. We're going to our Power City upbeat play out. And of course, we're going to get into Pulsechain as well. Now, if you want to encore, just write in encore at the bottom, and I'll play a couple of encore videos as well. Stay tuned for that. So nice. There we go. Power City, take care, everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. Cheers.
Of MicroStrategies. Michael Saylor joins me. So, Michael, once again, they came to dunk on you, my man. I mean, there were some great memes, some great videos. I'm sure you saw some of them. But looking at the action today, it looks like maybe you're the one dunking on them. Walk us through the quarter. I mean, the headlines were brutal.
Yeah, thanks, Charles. First of all, it's a non-GAAP impairment charge, and so it makes for a colorful headline, but our shareholders, the officers and the directors of the company and our customers look through it all. What happened in the quarter is, if you look at the big picture and consider the metric that really matters, which is shareholder returns, MicroStrategy is now at the 2-year point in its Bitcoin strategy. And after 2 years of exercising our strategy, our stock's up 123%. Bitcoin's up 94%. We have outperformed every major asset class, all big tech stocks, all enterprise software stocks. Google's up 54%, Oracle's up 42%, bonds, silver, gold, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, CRM, and SAP are all down for this period. Right. So we turn in good results for our shareholders. We're doing it on the backs of volatility, and the volatility means Bitcoin price changing all the time, and the indefinite accounting treatment makes some of our GAAP financials look a bit ugly. But the number one thing to keep in mind is we started this journey 2 years ago with an enterprise value of $666 million. We have added $5 billion to that number. We're up to $5.5 or more billion dollars enterprise value. It's up 730% in 24 months. Right. No strategy could have done that other than a Bitcoin strategy.
So safe to say that rumors that the board is looking to get you out of the company might be just a little bit exaggerated. Let me ask you about this crypto bill in Congress, in the Senate, the bipartisan backing. How important is it that ultimately there are some sort of rules to the road? Almost every other day there's some kind of negative headline, not with you or a Bitcoin per se, but that universe is like the Wild West.
All the large institutional investors, the large banks, they all want to get involved in the asset class, and they want regulatory clarity. Guys like Ken Griffin had said it loud and clear. Fidelity wants it, Goldman Sachs wants it, JP Morgan wants it. So I don't know how the regulatory back and forth ends and which of the bills in Congress end up taking hold and what kind of compromise will take place. But what I do know is that everybody is catalyzed. They're all engaged in putting together a clear regulatory regime, and it's going to be good for Bitcoin, and it's going to be good for institutional investors.
I got a minute to go. I want to give you the last word on the haters who prematurely danced on your grave last night.
First of all, I'm still here. Second of all, people forget I'm the principal and controlling shareholder of MicroStrategy. I have the majority of the vote. You've only been there 33
years, right, since the inception.
Yeah, it's my idea. I wanted to do this. Phong is a really great operating executive, and he'll be even better as president and CEO. The company has added $5 billion in assets to the balance sheet, and we needed a new full-time CFO, and Andrew Kang has arrived to do that job. I get to step up to the executive chairman role, and I'm out there advocating for Bitcoin and the hundreds of millions of people that need it everywhere in the world. Right. And together, the team is stronger. We're full speed ahead.
All right. Well, Michael, I know you got a lot of nicknames, but Chocolate Thunder's out there, since it looks like you're the one dunking over everybody else if you want that one. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. See you soon.
Thanks for having me, Charles.
So as everyone knows, it's been a real rough period for crypto investors, and many are actually saying, though, that this turmoil is having something of a cathartic effect, right? In the sense that, listen, it gets rid of the poorly run coins and companies and even some bad actors. Meanwhile, the community itself has really turned into a whole bunch of individual tribes, a lot of believers, of course, committed to their favorite coins. In fact, yesterday I read where a well reportedly bought 20 million Shiba Inu for 210 million. That would have been the largest purchase in history there. I do want to bring in now Hex.com founder Richard Hart. You know, Richard, you are the man behind Hex, and it's been some tough sledding for you, like everyone else of late. Just tell us exactly, you know, what it is, why you created it.
Well, I mean, Bitcoin's got a lot of stuff it can't do. So, you know, right now you're seeing everyone lose all their money, and I do mean all of their money, to people that said they would give them more coins. They tried to earn yield on their Bitcoin. They gave their keys to somebody else, which is the opposite of why crypto was invented. It was invented to get rid of middlemen. So what does everyone do? They give their keys to middlemen that have a good story. They're going to give you some interest. I invented something that I gave for free to Bitcoin holders that let them generate yield by holding their own keys without giving them to somebody else.
So I did some research, and I want to just ask you about a couple of things, because you've got some detractors out there. It might be a easy way of saying it. And I saw one article in one FI titled "Richard Hart's Hex Token is a Brilliant Scam." It says that the biggest problem with Hex is that the answers you just referred to being paid, but the token doesn't generate revenue. So the only place money can come from is other investors. That would be a Ponzi scheme, no matter how much you spend it. And then, of course, it goes on to say you lay it on thick. What do you say to an article like that? What do you say to an article like that?
Everyone misuses these words. A Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent endeavor where people are told they're going to get paid more from a business activity that doesn't really exist. It's fraudulent. And there's a middleman that pays you your rewards. The family likeness test would say that Hex is most similar to Bitcoin, where miners create money out of thin air and pay themselves their own rewards through the fruits of their own labor. And therefore, since there's no middleman, since you mint your own coins, it cannot be a Ponzi. It can be a bubble, which is why the price drops 85% every 3 or 4 years. But then it goes on to make new all-time highs. So Bitcoin's dropped 85% 3 or 4 times now, and yet it's gone up 690 million% from a penny to $69,000. And so all Hex is Bitcoin with a proof of work change, where we pay people inflation to hold the price up through staking instead of paying them to destroy the environment through SHA-256 mining. So that's all it is. It's Bitcoin with a proof of work change.
I've been bringing a lot of folks on in your space because I'm trying to learn all of this. And again, when people found out you were coming on, I got a whole bunch of articles. There's another one I want to ask you about because, listen, obviously you've got a pretty strong following, but there was one in AZ Coin. This is 2019. It says worrisome Hex founder Richard Hart was revealed to be a notorious scammer known as the Spam King. Again, listen.
I got sued for $500 in civil court 20 years ago. And I couldn't pay for a lawyer to defend myself because in small claims court, you can't have a lawyer defend you.
Okay.
It would have cost me more than $500 to fly to Washington to go win the case. So I don't think being sued for $500 in small claims court makes you a spam king.
Richard, where do we go from here with respect to the overall crypto space, Bitcoin, and Hex itself?
I called the top on the day. Everyone else told you Bitcoin was going to 100,000. I told you it was going down to 10,000. Why? Because it drops 85% every once in a while. But people, they forget that happens. They always think that this time's different. Nope, this time's not different. Are people paying $1 million for JPEGs, or more accurately, serial numbers loosely related to JPEGs, which may or may not still be hosted on the internet? Yes, they are. As long as people are doing that, you have to have a crash. The reality will not let idiots that buy JPEGs for $1 million survive.
For Hex, right? I understand you control like 88%.
Oh, Hex.
People want to know, as they're getting in, are you not getting out?
The best time, the origin address has never sold a single Hex. Vitalik dumps Ethereum on your head all the time. The Ethereum Foundation dumps Ethereum on your head all the time. Chainlink founder dumps Chainlink on your head all the time. The origin address in Hex has never sold a single coin, ever. If you want to know who's dumping, just go look. It's all on chain. All of Hex's trading's on chain, unlike that crap that you see, the fake volume and fake exchange trading you see for all the other coins. All of our stuff's on chain. You can see who sold, when they bought, what other coins they like, when they're locked up for. It's a miracle. It's the most transparent trading in the entire industry.
All right. Hey, that's all the time we have. I appreciate you coming on, and I do say...
You know I called the top on the day, right?
I did
the
not
only guy
know
to do
that.
it.
I did not know that. I'm waiting
I
for you to
called the
call. I
price
thought you were going to come on the show
day.
and call the bottom. No, that's what I'm looking for.
I'll call the bottom when it's 11K.
All right,
and
cool.
then maybe we go a little deeper.
Sounds
See you,
good.
man.
Richard,
Pleasure.
thank you very much. All right, folks, of course,
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar, but in this case, you are actually going to have regret.
I mean, you're scamming everyone. Richard Hart, he's got a history of being called the spam master.
There's some weird things going on with his coins.
Making one of the biggest Ponzi schemes that we have ever seen.
Hex coin is 1,000% a scam coin.
People are going to lose money because of you.
Remember all the haters? All the haters that told you that I was a scammer and Hex was a scam? I got bad news for the haters. We're making new all-time highs where everything else is getting wrecked. Price is up 4,000 or 5,000 fold in 600 days.
I've made enough money in the last week that I could buy a house in cash.
I would never have to work another day in my life.
I'm here to shill. I want to change the world, and I can only do that if people participate. The only thing that matters in this world is goods and services. Everything else is accounting. And our made-up imaginary internet money is better than the government's made-up imaginary internet money. Both of them are only backed by the shared fiction of the humans believing that they have value.
If Hex is a religion, then Richard is God.
I'm in crypto for glory. I want to have the best cryptocurrency that's ever existed. I want to have the best performing asset that's ever existed.
And so I think of blockchain as like the internet. In the 90s, everyone thought the internet was just for email.
I bought some this morning.
They're imaginary quarters. Like, it's like playing Monopoly.
I put it all in. I went.
Like, all what?
All of our house money.
This is a force that is not going to go away. The cryptocurrency is not going away. And at some point, the people that you met that you thought were crazy loon birds, they're going to be in the 1%, and they're going to be the people that own half everything.